All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're playing Mono Green, and this might honestly be the peak, the pinnacle, the final boss of Mono Green decks for this season. Two things to note. First, look how tight this deck is. There's not a lot of excess cards in here. And two, this was played by a player that goes by Medvedev in a Magic Online event and finished third. So this might actually have legs. But let's get into it. We have some Gene Pollinator, because we want all the mana we can make in this list. Also Llanowar Elves, because again, mana. Some Paw Patch Recruits, because we're likely going to be able to play this with Offspring every time. Badger Mole Cub, because obviously, again, mana. Spider Manifestation, great. Now you get into the spells. There's a full set of Surrak Elusive Hunter in this, which is wild. Then you have a full set of Vastland Scavenger, because we're almost always going to be able to cast Bind to Life, I'd imagine. Of course, a full set of Ouroboros, a full 4 of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and 3 Craterhoof Behemoths. So I'm assuming between the Earth's Mightiest Heroes and the Vastland Scavenger, we're going to be able to cast a lot of Craterhoof Behemoths. Probably at will, but we'll see. And lands, obviously, we're playing a full set of Ba Sing Se, because why not? 16 Force and 1 random Soulstone Sanctuary. Honestly, that might as well be a forest, but we're going to rock and roll with it and see how it works. So yeah, if you like mono green decks and you like crashing Craterhoof, this might be for you. Okay, I don't know if triple Badger Mole is what we want. That's usually a bit too many moles. Especially if we don't find any other lands. Okay. Alright, let's Badger Mole. Gosh. What are we doing here? I'm gonna go with Spider Manifestation. In the event that they have some type of Pyroclasm, Avengers Disassembled, whatever. Oh, they didn't have any of those things. Great. I was gonna say, if you make us discard, we do not mind. 2, 4. I mean, we could Craterhoof just straight up if. Oh. Hold, please. And these tap for 2. Well, 3, 6 now. If we play this, they tap for 4, 8. You know what? Let's see what happens. Hell with it. I'm game. Mostly just as an experiment. I would not recommend doing this. This is a terrible way to use all your mana. This is more just having fun with the Bind to Life to see if we could do it. We found a Craterhoof. It worked. This is dumb. This is insane. Like, what was that? Our turn, well, our 2 mana? We didn't have a third land. I think this was turn 3, right? Because turn 2, we played a manifestation. No, this was beginning on our turn 4. But yeah, that's nuts. That is absolutely crazy. Okay, let's rock and roll. I feel like in this scenario, we're supposed to play Surrak just to try to get ourselves more cards. Because this is probably the weakest hand. Ooh, see, now that we picked up Ouroboros, it makes Paw Patch very tempting. No, I think I'm still going to go with Surrak. Just to see. Oh, nope. They had a Rot Curse for Sasha. Never mind. And we drew the land. Dang it. Should have just played the Paw Patch Recruit and trusted our instinct. Ah, well. It's tough sometimes. Your instinct tells you one thing and you know you should trust it, and you just don't listen. All right, down to 15. What else we got? I mean, you got to get rid of a creature here, Podor. That's just game, right? Okay, there you go. At least that blocks. That's something. Oh, well. It may not block very well. Golly, if we'd had Paw Patch Recruit, this would be over already. But, here we go. Sure. Do they wipe the board? Now would be the time. That does not wipe the board. That is ball game. Yep, we're keeping. Our best bet is hoping Llanowar Elf lives so that we can Pawpatch Recruit on 2. I don't think you want to play Vastland Scavenger yet, because you'll play it, they kill it, you get no value. But if we play it after playing Pawpatch Recruit, we at least get to put some counters on things, and that makes way more sense. So let's go ahead and knock that first half of the equation out. Sure, Price of Freedom, you got it. Here comes the landfall decks, folks. Let's go ahead and play a Vastland Scavenger, so when they play their Avengers Disassemble, we still have a 4/4. No, they didn't even play it this turn. I'm so disappointed. They did have a Seer, though. That is a bit disappointing. But 'tis fine, I guess. Yeah, we're just attacking. Alright. Now do you have it? They do not have it. Okay, then I guess we're gonna Earth's Mightiest Heroes and see if we can find... Oh, never mind. Hold, please. I was going to Earth's Mightiest Heroes and see if we could find something, but instead I think we're just gonna Ouroboros. That's probably safer. Alright. Then we still get to Earth's Mightiest Heroes and see if we can find a Craterhoof to attack by itself, and that's it. This has been our longest game so far, and it wasn't even close. Yep. Do what you will. Sure. We'll put a counter on Ouroboros and a... Oh, actually, you're targeting the Ouroboros. Got it. What's the other one targeting? Oh, this guy. Sure. And then the other one goes off, putting the counter on the Ouroboros and on this guy. Yep. All right, that works. Yeah, just being able to offspring the Pawpatch Recruit pretty much meant this type of deck wasn't going to be able to do anything effective against here. Because their first plays almost have to be to get rid of the Pawpatch Recruits, which leave everything else standing. So yeah, good easy win there though. All right, let's keep it. See what we can get ourselves into. Augmentor. That card's pretty good. Oh, they're going to have a lot of counters. We're going to have to just try to win in one big turn, because with them putting counters on everything, we're not going to be able to keep pace, really. Alright, so turn that on. I think we go and just play a Pawpatch Recruit as an emergency blocker, if need be. Yep. Makes sense. They didn't even want to attack there. We appreciate that. So 2, 4, 6. I don't think we go for it just yet. I think we want to try to get all the value that we can and go for it with the big Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Now, okay, they could have practiced offense there and that would have caused some problems. They might be waiting to try next turn. And they didn't attack. Okay, then. Now we will Earth's Mightiest Heroes with teamwork. 2, 4. And then tap Surrak and Badger Mole Cub. Mostly because Pawpatch Recruits tramples. Well, that didn't quite work out, did it? On the plus side, we have Big Craterhoof next turn. And if they remove something, they're probably going to try to get rid of Ouroboros here. Yeah, exactly. So no surprises. Oh, and another Earth's Mightiest Hero, so that's fun. No, leave my Badger Mole alone. I was going to say, you don't want to go after my Badger Mole. Is this just fine for us? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got to keep one of the pollinators. Well, I mean, obviously we got to block the thing that double strikes. But we're at 18 otherwise, so we're not too worried about it. This. Who's got lifelink? Oh, nothing has lifelink. They just gave something double strike. Yeah, okay, sure. Block there. What is that? 14? That's probably good. Actually, if we're going to do that, let's try to get the extra attacker. Yeah, 14's good enough, I think. Just double checking, making sure nothing crazy is happening. Yeah, all right. I mean, we don't even need the Crater Hoof, right? 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I guess technically. I guess we could turn a land on, but whatever. Let's just Crater Hoof. All right, get in there. Wow, crazy. Wait, do we have enough mana to Earth's Mightiest Heroes and Crater Hoof? Because we could have 2, 4, 6 to Earth's Mightiest Heroes to get something. And then would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the Pollinator. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of mana to have there. Let's keep it. Studious Furrier. I've been seeing that show up in more decks. A late arriving Llanowar Elf. Studious Furrier is going to ramp. Probably going to go get just another forest. Yep. So some green on green crime. But we definitely have the upper hand. Get that Llanowar Elf down there. All right. I mean, if they're just playing green and we're playing green, I think we're in pretty good shape. I mean, crazier things have happened. We've had some wild comebacks. Not with Studious Furrier, though. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. 5 mana. I mean, you might as well set up for a big play, right? Because just attacking through the 1/1s is nice, but that's not really going to do anything. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can just attack with our board, and they can't really do nothing about it. Which is still a worthy attack, because it reduces the effectiveness of potentially their Ouroboros that they could play this turn. But now they're just going to be behind, and we have a Trampler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll still be a mana short on the Scavenger. But we may not even need it, right? The opponent's going to have to block with everything next turn. Earthbender Ascension, you got it. That is extra mana. Okay, Squirrel Girl combo. There you go. That's a way to get out of trouble. That makes perfect sense. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just double checking. Still 7. Not 8, unfortunately. All right. I mean, we have to force the blocks, so everything's got to attack. Otherwise, it's just going to be too easy for them to combo. But this way, if everything blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, they don't have anything left. Yeah, their best blocks here would have been to maybe use Badger Mole, First Year, and the token to block 10, 9, 8, and take 16. And then be at 4, but then they're left with just 4 mana, a Llanowar Elf, and the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. And that's going to be pretty hard to combo out with just that. Ooh, okay, let's keep it. Let's go with our Pollinator. Okay, let's go Mole into Paw Patch Recruits. Pass a turn. And I don't mind this situation because if they target the Badger Mole to get rid of it, you at least get to put a counter on something and keep the pressure up. Oh. All right. Or we just get to try to outrace the Reanimator deck. So what are our options? We have access to 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. Next turn, we'll have access to 7 mana. If we Ouroboros, we're attacking for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go to 12, get rid of Ouroboros. Then what? I think we still have to go for it. I was thinking about how we could get Vastland Scavenger down, but I felt like if we played the Scavenger and they have the enchantment that removes something, we actually can't win from there. Or at least not as easily, because we already know they're going to reanimate the Bringer. So that would leave us with them having way too much life. Oh, well, now they're just dead. Yeah. Unless they have a 2 mana removal for Ouroboros? No. That's it. They're way dead. Okay, then. Well, all that math didn't matter. Apparently, math really was for blockers. Actually, they didn't even have blockers. Oh, man. We're not supposed to keep these hands, but boy, we're going to do it anyway. Oh, if this Llanowar Elf dies... Oh my god. Honestly, even if it lives, if the opponent just has like Pyroclasm or Avengers Disassemble, this whole hand's destroyed. I was gonna say, even bouncing our Llanowar Elf is so savage right there. It's okay though. Still worth it. Got another bounce spell? No. Now they're probably on counters. Okay. Well, then we'll try to play a Llanowar Elf. Because I would assume... Oh, well, you know, I guess that's what happens when we assume. When we're playing against mono blue, so I'm assuming this is some Spellementals type pile. We'll have to figure out how many counters they're playing. Because I don't know that answer. But definitely don't ever do this at home. Like, keeping one lands are very, very bad. Spider Manifestation? That's all you had? Okay, let's go ahead and Paw Patch. And attack. I'm just trying to give us some semblance of a shot with everything going on. Because I have to assume there's going to be a... What's his name? Crab shows up and then they bounce our board and, you know... It's that type of deck. What if we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have the mana anyway. I was thinking, what if we went for it with Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but... Oh, alright. I mean, if we can find an untapped land, do we try to go for it? And just see if we can find a Crater Hoof? Sure. I don't know how dumb this is. This is probably a terrible plan. They're reading it. I don't know if... Okay. Oh, there's... Right in the window. There's a Crater Hoof. Do they have instant speed bounce spell for a Crater Hoof? If not, that's exactly 19. Did Earth's Mightiest Heroes do the deed? Hell yeah, it did. This deck is so goofy because you're just like... there's no reason we should have won that game. We had one land... for multiple, and we didn't even have a second land till that last turn. And the opponent countered a thing or bounced a thing, then drew a bunch of cards, and then just died. Like, that's such a dumb situation. I'm going to keep this on the draw with no real action. So I would recommend mulliganing this type of hand. Because if we don't find anything playable on next turn, we're going to be pretty far behind for what this deck wants to do, and that's not a good thing by any stretch. Yep, that's pretty bad. And this is why you mulligan this hand. All right, what are we doing? Oh, I don't know. We're just going to play a Surrak. Granted, my instinct says we should probably play a Vastland Scavenger, just because they have stuff like Lightning Helix. But we'll see. I don't really want to commit to an Ouroborite on this turn. Because again, the existence of Helix. Oh. Well, that's a different card to be concerned about, but we'll take a draw there. Let's go Scavenger and Pollinator. Wow, that was weird. It popped up the Bind to Life so fast and shifted my hand. I almost grabbed the wrong card. Breach into something crazy, probably. Yeah, Day of Judgment. That'll work. Let's go Surrak, Spider Manifestation. This is a very strange Boros Control, but they are doing their thing right now. I was really hoping we were going to get to use the Bind to Life there. That would have been real nice. And we would have hit the Crater Hoof. Yeah, let's go ahead and Earth's Mightiest, I guess. See if we can find another hoof. It's 8 cards. Yeah, we found one. Look at that. Go attacking? I mean, it's still only 20, so they're not dead. Another Aang's Iceberg, probably. Oh, a Cutzel's Flanker. That does do some blocking. And a little bit of life gain, so it's doing a lot. Enough to where we won't be able to beat them with just a bossing say, I don't think. We'll be like 2 life short of doing that. Now, what they can do is block and then use Aang's Iceberg to scry. Because giving us back a Surrak doesn't do anything for them. Oh. Well, that's what I would have done. Because then I lose the Surrak regardless. I'm assuming they just have removal and sweepers. Right? Which is why they're playing the Carnosaur. Yeah. So it's literally, that's the only reason those exist. It's just for other removal and sweepers. Unfortunately for us, they didn't just find a another Aang's Iceberg, which would have been very good. Yep, they already had one. That's why. It was in hand and not in the library. All right, we're at 7. Put the opponent down to 2. Now, there's a chance they have other Lightning Helixes and just haven't been able to play them because they have a bunch of colorless mana sitting on the battlefield. Oh, they're going for the flip to try to get a treasure? Well, they lost the flip. Yep, and there's the Helix. That's what I thought. If we get an untapped land, we just straight up attack with Crater Hoof for the win. We didn't, though. I think it's still worth it. Just get the damage in that we can get. We'll play one of the Paw Patch recruits. They played 2 Day of Judgments, but we have no way to know how many sweepers they're playing. These decks can be playing a bunch. I feel like they need a second red for something. Maybe for... I don't know, that's only 5 mana still, though. Yeah, I just played the Paw Patch because if they have spot removal, then we still get to put a +1 on something else. And it works out okay for us. We'll go ahead and bossing say another land, I guess. And then we will play another Paw Patch recruit. Don't think it matters. All right. So it's still going to be 5 coming at the opponent. Oh, they'll be at 6, though. That's tough. Well, we have to hope they don't have Ultima Well, no, if they Ultima, then we'll still win anyway, right? Because we have enough mana to turn a land into a 2/2 anyway. All right. Opponent goes to 1, I'm assuming. Okay. Yep, might as well use it. Try to dig. Doesn't really matter which one they gave us back. All right, Carnosaur can hit Aang's Iceberg, preferably. Nope, another Day of Judgment. Literally everything they hit is a Day of Judgment. But they're at 1 anyway, so it's fine. Actually, you know what's funny? Every time they Dragonstormed or whatever, they actually hit Day of Judgment off of Dragonstorms and Carnosaurs. They somehow did not hit Lightning Helixes and Aang's Icebergs or even Flankers. They just swept the board every time. Like, those were just sick hits. But it's kind of an interesting deck if you're going to do a Boros Control pile. I don't know about having all the golden saucers or whatever, but the rest of it's kind of cool. Okay, let's keep it and hope we draw mana. If we don't, it's going to feel real bad. Pollinator. Duress. Well, you get an Earth's Mightiest Heroes that we weren't going to play for a while, so there's that. Badger Mole. Into Paw Patch and hope they don't play Avengers Disassemble, I guess. I mean, I guess if they do, we just follow up with Surrak and start trying to go for it. Probably is Avengers Disassembled. Nope, it was a Lightning Helix. Counters on you, Paw Patch recruits. I guess it's Ouroboros time then. Hope they don't have a sweeper. If they do, it just sucks for us. Man, this turn would have been dope. We could have Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Oh, is this where they found the Avengers Disassemble? Sucks. Yep. Just gonna be left with our Ouroboros, but that's okay. I'm good with that. We knew the risk. All right. Ouroboros gonna eat it. Yep. We get a card for our troubles. Thank you, Surrak. Something other than Surrak would have been... Honestly, though, well, I already know there's some things I want to talk about on this list anyway, if you're going to play it on the ladder. Opponent's at 14. Death to our enemies. And Mind Stone. All right, so they are now at mana to be able to do crazy things next turn. Go attacking. Opponent goes to 8. Oh, and then there was Ugin. All right, well, I was hoping that would have been the untapped land we needed, but it obviously was not. Come on, untap land. That's all we need. There we go. Now, Craterhoof. Oh, God, that was abysmal. Oh. That would have been hard for that to be any amount worse. Oh, my goodness. That was genuinely terrible. Yeah, we just lose now, right? I can't imagine there's a way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't have any artifacts or colorless cards. They're checking something in the graveyard. I guess they're going to reuse Lightning Helix or something. God, that was bad. Pollinator, Paw Patch, and 4 land and a Badger Mole Cub. It'd have been hard to be worse than that. Nope, there's a deadly cover-up. All right. Sure. You got it. Well, if we brick, that's how you lose. There goes Badger Mole Cubs. Man, that was horrific. But like I said, if you brick, that's a pretty much a guaranteed way to lose. All right. So now we have access to Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Do we go for it? We're at 10. Technically, if they have another Lightning Helix, we lose, right? But I don't think they've missed a land drop, so... There's nothing we can get other than another Crater Hoof, and I don't think that does enough. So, we'll just see. And if they just have it, we lose. Oh, no, because it's only at 1. For some reason, I thought that was at 3. Alright, well, that's going to do it anyway. Alright, GG's. Yeah, that was disappointing. Yeah, that one we just lost because the deck failed itself. I mean, like, nothing we can really say there. Like, opponent had a bunch of removal, and we still were able to outfight it. We just drew poorly. Okay, sure, let's try it. There's a lot riding on the life of this little Llanowar elf. The best thing for us is if the opponent plays a tapped land. And they did not. Okay, Bastronaut's pretty good, though. I'm gonna go with Surrak. Don't know what they're playing white for just yet. Oh, there's blue and whites to go with their red and their Bastronaut. What is this deck? I don't think I've seen any Jeskai deck that plays Bastronaut. This will be interesting. And Mockingbird for the copy our Llanowar. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what's happening, but it's interesting. Whatever it is. Man, I don't know if I want to Ouroboros. What kind of race are we in right now? I think that's what I'm trying to solve is what are we concerned about at this very moment? Play a Pollinator, attack. Let Surrak get some damage in, and then we'll just see if the Tramplers can get the work done after this. All right, opponent, what you got? Tapping for a green and a white. Jeskai Monument. That lets you search for a basic, right? Oh, mountain or plains. Island, mountain, or plains. And then you can sacrifice it to make 2 1/1s. Okay, so they're doing something with tokens. And Bastronaut's along for the ride, I guess. And there's a Starfield server. Wow, this deck's kind of quirky. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm digging it. I don't know how badly Jeskai Monument needs to be in there, but I kind of like what's going on with the other pieces. Now, would your deck be willing to play sweepers? That's what we need to find out. I mean, this is 14, so something has to block. Probably Nesting Bot at a minimum. Yeah, I'm assuming, I was going to say, yeah, Nesting Bot blocks a 2 damage thing. His opponent goes to 2. This is good because even if there's a sweeper, we can draw an untapped land attack with the Sanctuary. If not, yeah, then the game's just over. Okay. All right, let's try it. Go good old Llanowar Elf. All right, they left our Llanowar Elf alone because they probably have a counter available, so we're just going to play Surrak. Since you can't counter this, you may waste a removal on it. Wouldn't really be a waste. I mean, gives us a card, but does get a problematic card out of the way for them. All right. I am going to assume that you're still sitting on counters over there. So we'll try to Paw Patch Recruits. Okay. Also good information because they likely don't have a Day of Judgment or anything. Because if you did, you would let that resolve and then just use the Day of Judgment. Right? Wouldn't make sense otherwise. All right, consult the star charts. Oh, they may not have had the mana for it. They might be looking for land. There's a Riddler for a card. Huh. So something playing all this and Riddler. That's a thought. Okay. I should just attack for 4. But I think we want to get land out of the way because there real likely is a sweeper incoming. Okay, you could stay there. That's fine. And then we'll get some damage in. But I'm anticipating a sweeper being here. No, there was an Elspeth. Getting rid of Ouroboros even. So they for real don't have any removal. Okay. All right, that's a thing to know. So if we Ouroboros put a counter, that could be 5-10. I don't think we want to do that. Let's go with Fastland Scavenger. I don't mind a Paw Patch Recruit. In the event they do sweep the board, we could Ouroboros and recruit, and that's okay. All right. So I'm assuming if they have removal, they just have to find it right now off the top. Oh. Why was this a thing? Huh. Are they worried about our bind to life? I'm trying to think, like, what is this situation? Do you have, like, Aetherize? But if they Aetherize, we just replay the board, right? Yeah, sure. We have 6 mana. I mean, if you have it, you have it. Nope, they just had in the road. Okay, that's not the worst thing. We can live with that. Oh, you have another one? Okay, so their hand was just all removal, basically. Sure. Think they were somewhat testing us to see if we were going to commit to playing something. So I guess it didn't matter if we played Recruit pre or post combat. They would have responded by just getting rid of our stuff. Oh, you can finally counter a thing. Oh, you have 3 steps. Yeah, you can counter with that for sure. And now it's Quantum Riddler, draw a card. Oh. I don't think we're trying to Earth's Mightiest Heroes here, though. All right. What else you got? I mean, you reloaded the hand. Meringue River Regent, sure. We have no problem with those. I think if we do this, we have 4 land. There's a tap for 6. We can tap both Badger Moles, or we could just... Yeah, I guess it's fine. And then we're going to go Earth's Mightiest. And just see what we can do. Tap 4, 3, 4, 5. Actually, yeah. 5, 6. And then we'll tap a Badger Mole and a Cub. We did find a Crater Hoof. All right. Got out of this against the control pile. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Sick. That'll do it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 additional creatures. Pretty good. Especially considering we had to survive all of that. Yeah, opponent had Get Lost, No More Lies, Elspeth got rid of a creature, a road 3 steps ahead, and then we just still got there. Like, that's crazy. Okay, this was a pretty fun experiment, honestly. It does a lot of things really well, y'all, and you just get a lot of wins out of nowhere. It's getting by on just 21 lands, which is insanity, truthfully. But you are playing Pollinator, Llanowar Elf, Badger Mole, Spider Manifestation. But that does still bring up something for me. There's a couple of things I would like to change. I think if I were going to do this again, I would do some combination of like 1 less Surrak, maybe 1 less Paw Patch or 1 less Pollinator. Granted, again, you're on 21 lands, so it's tough. But I would like to play a couple of Leatherhead. I think there's just so many times against so many decks. Oh, I guess I spell leather correctly. Leatherhead is so good getting rid of so many things, and you can force your opponent's hand to have to sweep the board. I also like that Leatherhead is 4 toughness, because we're seeing a lot of Pyroclasms, Avengers Disassemble, things like that are just trying to board wipe with damage, and they usually don't have anything bigger than 3. So if you can get that out, you can get ahead pretty well there. But yeah, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, getting to use the Vastland Scavenger is very cool. I could see a world where you'd want to be a little more defensive and play some Defend the Rider, I think would be a good choice. But I don't think it's necessary. I think this is a deck where you're saying, hey, all gas, no brakes. We put the pedal to the metal. We either get there or we don't, right? I think we went up from, 88% on Mythic to 92 or 93 with this. So, there's that. And I think we only lost twice. So we can't really complain. Like, this deck, I get how it did very well. It does have a sideboard as well with it. Maelstratter's Resolve for opposing creature decks. It chooses to play Royal Treatment as its choice. I personally would swap Royal Treatment for Defend the Rider. I think Defend the Rider also giving Indestructible is very important. It does play a lot of Ghost Vacuums, Keen-Eyed Curators for the graveyard stuff. Primal Might as another fight spell, effectively. I don't think it needs 8 things for graveyards. I think that's a little bit much. So if I were to choose, I'd probably cut 1 vacuum for another Defend the Rider, because I think that just gives you a little bit more defense against the decks where you're going to need it. Because opposing creature decks aren't that big of a deal, because you can get to Craterhoof more consistently than they will and just win those fights. But otherwise, yeah, this is pretty cool, man. Medvedev, I believe, is the username. Pretty sweet stuff. But if I were going to play like Badger Mole style mono green, this would probably be the way I would go, because it just felt way more consistent even when we only had 2 or 3 lands. But yeah, link will be on Moxfield like always. Y'all know what to do with it. That's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.